Coming up today on YOLO Texas.
I don't think you could ask for anything better when it comes to barbecue, especially Texas barbecue.
What better place to spend a Texas hot summer day than Hawaiian Falls Water Park?
We celebrate the heritage of this area, and all the events are based on stuff they do on the ranch.
Join us on our trip across Texas.
This is the last leg of what we're calling a barbecathlon, right? That's what we're calling it. Because Seguin is kind of known as the new barbecue capital of Texas.
You probably will never see a pit like this anywhere.
I am just holding it and picking it up and it's already falling apart. Holy smoke, that was so good. I don't think you could ask for anything better when it comes to barbecue, especially Texas barbecue. And then it just oozed juice and goodness in my mouth after that. It's inappropriate to say on TV, but that's what happened. I saved some room, so I came hungry.
Awesome.
Thank
you.
you. Seguin is now taking a name for itself, being the new barbecue capital of Texas. And
cool.
Y'all are part of the reason why. There's a line wrapped around the building. Obviously, you know that. So, you got any tips, secrets that you can give out to why it's so in demand?
Well, it's just that we use quality meats, and it's like I tell people, we don't rush it. When it's done, it's done.
Our brisket process, from the time we cut open the package to the time we're ready to serve it, is 30 hours.
Holy smokes.
We make what we can. We don't try to overdo it, and we make what we can handle. That's what makes our success.
Speaking of, dun, dun, dun.
So we have our brisket, we have our turkey, we have our pork spare ribs, and then we make our own sausage in-house. So we have jalapeno, cheese, and then our all-beef hot gut sausage.
The biggest challenge is the brisket, obviously. Like I said, it's not necessarily cook time 30 hours, but the process from start to finish is 30 hours. And it takes that to get the product that we're trying to put out.
Oh my goodness, the meat in itself is super tender, fatty and delicious and juicy, but then the bark really adds like a different level of...
It gives it that umami flavor.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, everything's rendered. It's a nice beefy flavor.
Oh my God.
But we just use salt and pepper, and then the best part I would say is right there.
Okay, you got it. I'm going for it. Everything you want in Texas barbecue, this rib is just textbook. We are recommended that we needed to come here because y'all are the new hot happening spot in Seguin.
A lot of the inspiration stemmed from my grandpa. He always said, you eat with your eyes. So we want people to do that. Yeah, especially with barbecue. I feel like it's such a hobby now and people are so into it. So having it in front of people before it's served really helps.
There's really a lot that goes into it. Like the brisket, we take all the silver off and then we shape it where when you put it on the pit, it don't burn, you know.
Nice.
So later on, we'll show you on the back.
Oh, nice. This is where the magic happens.
This is where the magic happens,
Aerin.
Robert.
This is amazing. What do we got on the pig right now?
Well, we are smoking some prime brisket here, Schul's Pit Room style. So This is what we do, and this is where we do it. We get those briskets on pretty early in the morning, and we're watching the consistency. We're watching to how that bark sits in. We're looking for a real nice mahogany color to kind of set in on these.
It's beautiful.
And then we'll transfer them over to our rotisserie smokers and let that finish out the job for us.
Gotcha.
Maybe treat it with a little bit of tallow on it to give it that shine. And then we let them rest.
Oh yeah, I mean, just looking at it from right here, you're seeing all the juices just like absorbing within the meat. Making my mouth just salivate just watching it on the pit. Look at that. Oh,
A lot of our customers do like our turkey, and we offer a Southwest chicken breast also.
oh, cool. Y'all, look, just look this. Oh, isn't that just beautiful? Holy smoke, that was so good. We're eating our way through Seguin, and I think we saved the best for last because Davila's is a household name, not only in Seguin and throughout Texas.
I am the son of Edward, but I'm actually the grandson of the original pit master, my grandfather, Raul. And we've been here since 1959 with the beautiful and loving support of our community.
Yeah.
Without that, there's no Davila's. We've always done things the same way and hold true to those ways of doing it.
Right.
Just like that fire every morning and put that meat on that pit. When you come in, you're at our table.
Yeah.
This is my family's restaurant.
Yeah.
This is our table.
Yeah.
So you're like a member of the family as
Yeah.
a customer. And I think a lot of the local community can attest to that.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of difference.
Holy smokes. Literally, holy smokes,
You're
right? So this is the recipe that your dad.
Yes, and this is one of the things that we're well known for.
We still make our original sausage that my grandfather, his recipe. We use the rub that he invented. We use the pits that he built with his own hands.
You probably will never see a pit like this anywhere.
No, this is amazing.
This is one that my dad designed about 50 years ago.
Wow.
And we cook with more heat than we do with smoke. So a lot of people like to smoke their pits, we barbecue it.
That's so cool. Now we gotta try the famous sausage while we're here. Juicy, flavorful, and just like hearty, you know? Oh man, that is so good. Oh man. After eating at all three spots, ending here at Davila's Barbecue, I'm gonna have to say my favorite barbecue joint is... I'm not gonna tell you. You have to come out to Seguin and try it out for yourself.
Coming up next, we take in a piece of paradise in Waco.
Aloha, Ron, and aloha.
We're so happy to have you. It's getting hot outside,
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Oh,
And so what better place to spend a Texas hot summer day than Hawaiian Falls Water Park? And we're here in beautiful Waco, Texas. But before we start, I do have to say we have to give you the proper Hawaiian welcome. So we've invited our Polynesian princess here to give you the proper Hawaiian Falls welcome.
Oh, what a warm welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. The Texas hospitality is rich right here at Hawaiian Falls. But you know, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, but I didn't have to go very far to get a little taste of it here at Hawaiian Falls.
Yes, you don't have to buy that plane fare or take that long plane ride. You can just hop in your car, bring the family to your neighborhood Hawaiian Falls Water Park.
So just how big is Hawaiian Falls here in Waco?
We sit on about 4 acres here in Waco, but all of our parks that we have in Texas kind of vary in shapes and sizes.
Okay.
The beautiful thing about them is that they have attractions for everybody. As you can bring the entire family and have a wonderful day. We have 0 depth entry pools, kid splash areas, the big bucket drops that dump water on their head about every 10 seconds.
So much fun.
A lot of water play features, just places for them to get wet. It's got this amazing mat racer. It's a 6-lane racer, high thrill, high speed, high intensity. But the great thing about this ride is you end up with a cool splash at the end of it.
Love it.
And then of course, just a number of really fun tube slides that take you on a little bit of an adventure. Everything we do is designed to cool you off.
Absolutely.
But every once in a while, we like to throw a little thrill into it as well.
My last question is, where do we start?
Let's start with some attractions.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and hop in that cold water.
It's hot, it's sweaty, and the water's calling my name. Let's go. Okay, so my pro tip for water parks
is to wet your feet before walking on the concrete. Check out this view. Hi. All right, here we go.
Okay, so the way you ride this bike, you put your hands on the handle.
Okay.
And then whenever I say go, you just push yourself up.
Launch it. Okay. All right, let's do that again. These always go super fast. The speed cranked up. Water slide! 1, 2, 3, YOLO!
Two of our most popular attractions, the lazy river. So you can just hop in a tube, float casually around the pool, get wet, stay cool and refreshed, and not really have to do anything because the current of the water takes you.
Here for it.
Or if you just want slightly a little bit more experience, our wave pool. People like to come camp out at the wave pool. As you said earlier, you don't have to go to Hawaii. We can give you the ocean right here with our amazing wave pool.
See, they're doing it right. Bring the kiddos out, enjoy it. See all the nice cabanas? We'll grab one of those while we grab some food. I did come hungry and I did work up a little bit of an appetite. So.
I noticed that you did. I noticed that you did. So, you know, here at Hawaiian Falls, food has to fall into one category. It has to be super savory, super sweet, or super refreshing. We have our delicious mini melt, which is a cotton candy flavor. On the savory side, we've got just some of our classic items for you. Our world famous double patty Hawaiian Falls cheeseburger.
Okay.
A classic take on an American hot dog. And of course, you know, you can't go wrong with chicken poppers.
Yeah. Well, no one likes to eat alone, so there's plenty to share. You could have some.
Absolutely.
But let's talk also about these beverages.
Last year, we partnered with our friends at HTO, providing world famous flavored teas, everything from raspberry, pineapple, watermelon flavored teas. On a hot summer day, our slushies, they make everything go down a little easier. And these are slushies that mom and dad and the kids can all enjoy as well. And then for mom and dad, if you want an adult refreshment later in the day, we actually serve pina coladas, margaritas, and craft brews. It's sweet, savory, refreshing. You can't go wrong with those combinations at all.
It doesn't get any better. So cheers to you. Cheers to Hawaiian Falls. Aloha.
Aloha and mahalo.
Mahalo.
YOLO Texas will be right back.
AC, welcome to Abilene.
Thank you so much.
How come YOLO came to Abilene?
You know what? It has been a long time coming for our show. It's our first time. We're trying to get to know every part of Abilene. And I think the first part we need to do is know the history and the past first. So that's why we're here. That's why we're with you.
Abilene's a railroad town. Abilene was put here strictly as a stop for water for steam locomotives in 1881. But the thing that's interesting about Abilene is that there was already a town in Taylor County. This is Taylor County and Abilene's the county seat now. So when the railroad came north of Buffalo Gap and this town was just platted out, those families in Buffalo Gap all saw the future here. And so many of those families are still in Abilene. They're descendants. And that spirit of can-do, of optimism, has pervaded Abilene for the last 140 years.
Frontier Texas is right here in downtown Abilene. It is a museum and interpretive center, and it really is the great place for a visitor to start because we give you the story, the background story of why in the world people came out to this region of Texas and stayed here. And we tell that in a beautiful, dramatic way. And it's just an inspiring and fun way to get oriented to this part of Texas. And so this is a great way to start this museum. Come on in. So we give everybody a really good orientation, and so that everybody starts off in the same place, understanding what the story is, where the location is, and who the characters are. So when you come into the main exhibit hall, you realize that we're in the early stages of Texas, kind of prehistoric times. And we set the stage by understanding the ground and the land and the early inhabitants of Texas.
Yeah, I noticed the buffalo is a big theme here at Frontier
Yes,
Texas.
it is, and the wolves attacking the buffalo. We're really trying to show how wild the land was in that early period of time. So throughout the museum, we have these different sets where these hologram characters are gonna come up and tell us their story. Are you ready to see somebody come back?
I've been waiting for this moment.
All right, so go ahead and touch the screen. And so once the railroad cuts through this part of Texas, that's really the end of the frontier. And that's when towns like Abilene get founded.
Yeah.
And that's really the end of our story when the frontier is over.
I think whenever someone mentions Abilene, Velitas is mentioned as well. So I'm so glad that we're here.
We've been in Abilene since 1912.
Wow.
The men that started our business actually came over on the Lusitania in 1909. This was the Railroad Express Agency building. This is where all the baggage came. Nothing here that we do has any preservatives in it. And so it makes all the difference in the world in the texture and the taste of good chocolate.
So these are chocolate covered strawberries. Every morning, this is how we start our morning out. We don't keep strawberries overnight. They're fresh every day. The chocolate that we dip our strawberries in does not have any preservatives. So that is another reason why ours is so creamy and so good.
Our time in Abilene trails on after the break.
We're so excited to be here in Abilene for the Western Heritage Classic, and we wanted to get to know Abilene a little bit more, and we heard that the Grace Museum is a perfect place to start.
The Grace Museum is very special to downtown Abilene. We are really an art and history museum, but the building itself was originally built as a hotel to serve passengers on the railroad, and so it is right next to us.
I saw that.
Thankfully, in the 80s, there was a really great group of people that started looking around downtown and wanted to revitalize it. And so they decided that they wanted to refurbish the Grace and turn it into something new. So this is our main gallery and atrium gallery, and we have a really wonderful show that just went up that's featuring a Dallas artist, Susan K. Grant. So this is Spark. It's our fully interactive space that is really appropriate for any age, but it really draws in kids and family. Well, the third floor is really home to all of our history galleries. So these are our period rooms, and it really gives you a sense of what life looked like back then inside of a home in Abilene. This is our rooftop terrace
Love
space.
it. You get the best view of Abilene right here.
Yes, you do.
The perfect ending for our time here at the Grace Museum, and I think this is a great spot too for our next event, which is the parade as we get ready for the Western Heritage Classic. goodness, this is a perfect tie-in for the whole Western Heritage Classic. I think I'm ready.
Western Heritage Classic started in 1985. It's an invitational ranch rodeo. The ranches are all family-owned historical ranches. We celebrate the heritage of this area.
Awesome.
We have chuck wagons that celebrate the historical chuck wagons going along the trail of the trail drives and feeding the cowboys. There are vendors all over the grounds, biggest bit and spur show in the world, and all the events are based on stuff they do on the ranch, and so it's a big crowd-pleasing time.
I love how you honor and celebrate the cowboys and cowgirls in Abilene, especially here at the Western Heritage Classic. Hi, y'all. What are y'all cooking here today?
Oh, welcome. We'll do chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, beans, peach cobbler.
Oh, yummy.
Okay,
What are you looking for?
Brown crust, crisp, there's be a sugar glaze on the top.
Do you have a different recipe that makes y'all stand out?
Yeah, but we can't tell you what it is because
Okay.
it's a competition.
The biggest secret is we get our kids involved, and that's really the key to winning one of these, is that you have to have consistency.
In the last couple of years, this has become sanctioned as the World Championship of matched horse races. The bronc riding started in kind of the same tradition, and all the events are based on stuff they do on the ranch, and so it's a big crowd-pleasing time.